because I was looking at the prompt, and I'm seeing a lot of these prompts more recently,
Yeah.
and I'm just kind of wondering the point of them. Like, people are going to vote for whoever they choose to vote for, so why does it matter anymore?
Uh, Matters to create a dialogue. That's my whole purpose, to talk with people.
Okay, fair enough. Democrats are not in control of any parts of the government right now, so how are they destroying America?
Okay, fair enough. Do you think you need to be in control of any branch of government to advocate for bad policies?
Advocating for a policy, I can advocate for a policy on TikTok. That doesn't mean that the policy gets in effect.
Correct, but you don't have the power of the Democrat Party and the support and the reach. Correct?
I don't see the difference. The voters and the people voting are in
I'll give you a very
Congress.
simple example. The College Democrats of America just had a convention in Michigan. One of their keynote speaker was a self-proclaimed communist that wore a Mao uniform. Do you think promoting that can have spiraling effects and create more of that ideology and people voting more on that ideology? Would you agree on that?
No,
You don't.
no. It's
Okay,
just like I
interesting.
think that when a right-wing alt-right person speaks at a college campus, it's the same thing. We choose who we want to listen to. We
Can you
vote for who
give
we
me
want to
one
vote for.
example when you had a conservative public speaker wear a Nazi uniform?
Wear a Nazi uniform.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. What is considered a Nazi uniform?
any Nazi Germany uniform.
I haven't seen anyone in America wear a Nazi German
Correct,
uniform.
but you have communists giving speeches wearing communist uniforms at Democrat events.
And
And you don't see that as a problem?
no, just
Of
like I
course
don't
not.
see it,
Of
just like
course
I
not.
don't see it as a problem that the sitting president is a 34-time convicted felon and has also been accused of sexual
Yes,
assault by 20
because
different women.
being convicted of a crime for falsifying some business records is much more important and worse for the nation than having a political party endorsing communism. Is that your argument?
As yes, because again, the
Yes.
political party has not endorsed communism.
Really? The Democrats are not endorsing communists?
That is correct.
So what would you call having a public speaker that is a self-proclaimed communist wearing a communist uniform is?
I would call that an individual using their First Amendment right to speak on a college campus.
No,
That is
it's
not
a
that is not
convention.
an
It's the
endorsement.
Democrat convention. Listen to what I'm
That's
saying.
still not endorsing a candidate, sir.
So if I have if I hold an event and I invite a self-proclaimed communist, that is not me endorsing that ideology?
No,
Of course it is.
no, it's not.
100% it is. If I
It is
invite you,
not.
if you're a self-proclaimed,
It's the
if you're a
exact same thing
self-proclaimed
that if you
communist, and I invite you to my event, knowing full well that you're gonna give communist talking points and you're gonna wear a communist uniform, that is me platforming you, and by default, I am endorsing your ideology unless it's a political debate.
no, it's not.
It absolutely is.
We can agree to disagree
But
on that
there's
because
no
it's not.
disagreement here.
That's the reason why we have the First Amendment. That is the reason why we have freedom of
But
speech.
no,
You
sir.
have plenty.
No,
You have
absolutely
plenty of.
not.
You have
What is the
plenty
First
of
Amendment?
college campuses. You have
What
plenty of.
What is
You
the
have
First
plenty.
Amendment?
You have plenty of college campuses that allow alt-right speakers, that allow alt-left speakers, that allow
Yeah.
speakers to speak
How
on
many
any
of
type of
them
topic.
are openly
That
supporting
does not
fascism and
mean
wearing fascist clothing?
that does not mean that that college
It
supports that ideology.
it
Just for the
absolutely
record.
no, but the organization is. So if Turning Point USA, hold on a second.
So
If
please
Turning
tell me
Point
where the
USA
Democratic
is
Party is
inviting an
supporting.
alt, if Turning Point USA is inviting an alt-right nationalist to speak at one of their events, they are endorsing that person and they are supporting that ideology. If I am a
No, they're
Christian
not.
nationalist and I am being invited, as I am, I collaborate with Turning Point USA. I'm part of their group. If they collaborate with
So
me,
let me ask you
they
this
are
question.
okay with that. This is
Let me ask
Hassan
you this
Piker
question.
giving a speech
Net,
at the College
Netflix.
Democrats convention just the
So
other day,
using your logic,
wearing a Mao uniform. That is them endorsing him.
using your logic, Netflix, when they had the roast of Kevin Hart, endorsed racism. Using
How
your
did they
own
endorse
logic.
racism? What was racist at the Kevin Hart roast?
Oh, there was plenty of racist
Like what?
speech and talking.
For example,
Calling Kevin Hart a monkey.
no, they called it that. Did they? No, they didn't.
Yeah,
No, I've
he
watched
did.
that. Kevin Hart was not called a monkey.
Yeah, actually, he was.
No, he wasn't. But I'm not gonna let you deflect from this.
And again, it's not a deflection.
You are deflecting. You
using your
absolutely
own
are
logic.
deflecting. You absolutely are.
That's not.
You 100% are. They invited a self-proclaimed communist
Again, using
that
your
wore
own
a
logic.
communist uniform.
Netflix
Hold on a second.
supports talking about a dead man who committed suicide. So using your
What?
own logic, Netflix supports that.
No, that's not true at all. It was comedy. Everything is allowed in comedy.
Now it's comedy.
Yes.
Now it's comedy.
Of course,
So
it's fucking
let's just
comedy.
call what the
What are
person
you, the
said at the
fucking
college
speech
campus
police?
comedy. So let's call what the person said at the college campus comedy too. How about that?
But it wasn't comedy. It was a Democrat.
Again,
Hold on.
I didn't find the jokes that were said at Netflix comical
hang
either.
on a second.
So we can agree on that.
Hang on a second. Hang on. It was comedy. It was a political event where the organizers invited a self-proclaimed communist that wore a communist military uniform. It's not
again.
Like, are
can you take
insane?
that and tell me where that person is running for political office?
He doesn't have to run for political office.
Then what you're saying is that person used their free speech.
He doesn't have to run for political.
Can we agree that if they're not running for political office, then they're not getting an endorsement? Can we agree on that?
He doesn't have to run for office.
Can we agree that if you are not running for political office, you're not receiving an endorsement? Can we agree on that?
Absolutely not. He was endorsed by being
Then
invited.
you have a great rest of your day.
What? What did you say? Hello? When you rage quit because I fucking prove you wrong.